Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tegan and I am so excited to have you here. I have no idea how today's video is going to turn out, so fingers crossed that someday one of you guys is actually sitting down and watching this one. But I have come to realize that I really do not like anymore my book journal that I started at the start of this year. The book journal itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's the one from Quirky Cup, but I'm just not obsessed with my spreads anymore. I'm not sure if I've showed it on this channel. I'm not really going to, but it's not me. I bought a bunch of scrapbook supplies and stuff from Temu and Kmart and Amazon and all of this stuff, and I just feel like it's not very me. I feel like I've been a lot more creative towards the second half of this year, and I've kind of found my creative style and color palette and elements and all of this stuff. So I really want to just start it all over again. I know you may be thinking that is crazy. We are in the 8th month of the year, but I have read so many incredible books and series, and I want that all documented because I did regret not doing it for last year as well, because it was such a quality reading year last year too, but this year even more so. So I am going to be starting my book journal from scratch. I'm going to be going back and doing all of my spreads. I'm going to be culling a lot of the spreads as well because I'm just not crazy about them. But we are about to head to Kmart to go and get a few supplies. We're going to be trying to do this on a budget. There's a few like stickers and paper packets and stuff that I would really like from Kmart. Hopefully they have them in stock. My Kmart is absolutely terrible for having things in stock. But then I've also got a lot of things that I've made on Canva as well. So we're going to go through all of those too and print that off at home. But I do have, my God, this took me forever, but I've got screenshots of all of the books that I have read this year. So I had to get 90 screenshots of these, put them into a collage so I can go and get them printed at Kmart because I like them on the photo paper. So that's what we're going to go do. We're going to go print these. We're going to get some cheap supplies, and then we're going to come back and we're going to restart and do my book journal together. So it's going to be interesting to see how I film this and how it all turns out. But again, I hope one day someone is watching this and it all worked out in my favor. Nonetheless, go get cozy, go get a drink, go get a snack, and let's chat books. Okay, so before we head off to Kmart, I'm also going to be chucking on an audiobook, and today I'm going to be listening to The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is a thriller book that I am doing a buddy read of with my good friend Tyler. I'm really excited about it. She is like a thriller queen and this was her recommendation, so I cannot wait to get into this one. I've got no idea what it's about, so let me just pull up the blurb and we can read that one together. It does have a rating of 4.12 on Goodreads with over 700,000 ratings, so that's pretty fucking epic. All right, I've just got the blurb in front of me here, and it says, at 17, Lenora Hope hung her sister with a rope. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now reduced to a schoolyard chant, the Hope family murders shocked the Maine Coast one bloody night in 1929. While most people assumed 17-year-old Lenora was responsible, the police was never able to prove it. Other than her denial after the killing, she has never spoken publicly about that night, nor has she set foot outside Hope's End, the cliffside mansion where the massacre occurred. Stabbed her father with a knife, took her mother's happy life. It's now 1983, and the home health aide Kit McDear arrives at a decaying Hope's End to care for Lenora after a previous nurse fled in the middle of the night. In her 70s and confined to a wheelchair, Lenora was rendered mute by a series of strokes and can only communicate with Kit by tapping out sentences on an old typewriter. One night, Lenora uses it to make a tantalizing offer. I want to tell you everything. It wasn't me, Lenora said, but she's the only one not dead. As Kit helps Lenora write about the events leading to the Hope family massacre, it becomes clear there's more to the tale than people know. But then, when new details about her predecessors, oh my goodness, departure come to light, Kit starts to suspect Lenora might not be telling the complete truth, and that the seemingly harmless woman in her care could be far more dangerous than she first thought. Okay, well that sounds a bit gory and it sounds very intriguing. No wonder why it's called The Only One Left. I am really excited for this. All right, so we're going to chuck the audiobook on from that. I'm going to do the free audiobook via Spotify Premium. So we will see how I tackle on with that. I'll do some check-ins throughout this video as well. But let's go jump to Kmart. This is the first time I'm going to be filming a YouTube video and a TikTok for the same thing at the same time. So I'm a little bit intimidated by that because my brain just doesn't work that way. But we're going to see what we can do, and yeah, let's go. All right, you guys, we are done at Kmart. I ended up not getting that journal. I'm not sure if I showed you guys actually. I'll insert a clip up here, but I figured I want to do spreads over 2 pages, and when it flips that way, you obviously can't do that. So I'm gonna head to Typo to see if I can find a new book journal there. I had a check online and they look like they have a few different cute ones. I would like something that's bigger than my current journal, so we'll see what they have. I really don't want to have to spend too much money on a new book journal as well. Preferably something with either dots or like blank pages. I definitely do not want lines, but we're going to head to Typo now and see what they have, so I'll report back in a minute. Alright, you guys, Typo was an epic fail. They only had line journals and I do not want a line journal. So we're going to head to Officeworks now and see what they have. Fingers crossed it's something, otherwise we're going to have to come back in a few weeks and finish/start this project, because I'll probably have to order something online if Officeworks does not have anything. So let's head to Officeworks and hope that there is something there that I can use, because I'm really in the mood to do this today. So we will see what happens, but so far, not fucking good. Hey you guys, it has actually been a couple of hours, but I'm finally home. That took me so extremely long to find what I needed to find. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a haul. From Kmart, I got this 20 pack of dual tip markers. I thought that was really good value, and the case it comes in is super cute. $5 is amazing. I'm not sure how good they are, but I'm sure that it will do the job. I also got a new glue stick, a couple new highlighters. I got peach and gray. This pastel cardstock pack, which has a bunch of different colors, I thought would be really cute. I then also, of course, printed all of the photos that I needed. So like all of the books that I've read, my book of the month. I've got my YouTube stuff here, and this one here, which will be a really special page because I'm in the acknowledgements of a book, which is so stinking cool. And then finally, after going to multiple different places and driving all over town, I found my book journal. So I did go to Officeworks and I ended up picking up this pack of 3 different journals. They look very plain, but I'm going to decorate the front as well. So it's going to be a bit of a fun project, and the inside is just blank papers. So compared to my previous book journal, it is much bigger in size, which is what I wanted. And I think there's 120 pages in each of these. So this will last me quite a while. I think I could definitely get 2 years out of a book journal per one of these. So I've got around 6 years in this, which is really cool. And it would be cool to just have them all together at some point in time when they are all complete. So with that being said, it is now nearly 1 o'clock. I've just had lunch and I've got all of my supplies out over here. It is so chaotic. I am an organized person, but for some reason I just cannot find a good system to organize my scrapbooking, journaling, arts and crafty supply stuff. So it's kind of painful to look at, but I'm going to clear this desk. I'm going to jump onto Canva and create a few things that I want to print out, and then we will jump back on together and we will start assembling the new book journal. Okay guys, I have finally cut out everything that I need. So I have all of the books that I have read this year. I've got the little squares here. I've got my Hall of Fame ones ready to go, my YouTube videos, and I think that I'm going to pop this on the front. It's not completely glued down yet, so I just printed this from Canva, and I've got a little flag thing here on this piece of paper, and I think that will be the front of my book journal, which I think is really cute. So let's go ahead and pop that in, and then we can finally get started on the actual spreads. Good morning, you guys. It is in fact the next day. I got a little bit overstimulated, overwhelmed yesterday just with how big of a project this is actually going to be. I didn't get too much done, but I did do a lot of Canva templating last night after dinner. So I'll quickly run you through what I did get done. We obviously have the front cover of the journal, which I'm obsessed with. I think this is definitely more my vibe. I am a crafty person in the terms of like this. I'm not crafty as an artist. I can't draw. I'm not good at coloring. Like that's just not my cup of tea. But this kind of stuff, absolutely vibe. So I've got a few spare pages at the front for things that I want to add in before my monthly spreads. But then we do go into our monthly spreads. So I've got January here. I've got my little TBR up here, a little library card down here. It is very plain. I know this one isn't finished. I still need to print a bunch of elements and add them on in here. And then after that, we of course have all of the books I read. I printed all the covers and popped them on these cute little borders, and then did the star rating and made some little notes and stuff as well. So I want pages like this to be quite plain-ish and just like the books. I want more so the month to be the main like feature bits. I also started on February. Again, it's not finished, but it's a great start. I still need to print a few things off, and I've got my TBR here too. And that was literally all that I did. So we obviously still have so much more to go. I'm not going to do the full entire book journal. I'm just going to do up until August, and then we will be good. And I've got a few spreads at the start that I need to get done as well. So I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what I've made on Canva, and I'm going to print those out and we're going to start getting into it. It is 7:30 a.m. and we've got probably a full day ahead of us of book journaling. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've got my March spread here. I'm obsessed with this layout. I think that's really cute. And on the opposite page, we've got Do Not Disturb, reading on, social work, reading on is tagged, and then my little note here for my TBR. Moving on to April, we've got this cute little spread, and this is going to be the second page. May, I think this is one of my favorites for sure. It looks very cute. The second page. June, second page. July, the second page. And oh yes, I've started my Hall of Fame, so my favorite book from each month will go into those, which I'm very excited for. And I need to do August still. I started this one, but I'm not sure about the second page just yet, so we'll go through and edit that. And then I need to make more of my spreads like this one here, so let's jump into it. I was doing all of this on my phone last night, so I'm going to quickly go through these and edit them a little bit for like things that I just couldn't do on my phone because it's very annoying and would be very time consuming. So I'm going to chuck my audiobook on. Today's audiobook is the third book in the Maid series, The Darkest Temptation by Danielle Lowry. If you watched my previous video where it was a dark romance themed reading vlog, you will know that I didn't really enjoy books 1 and 2. They essentially gave me nothing. This one here is already so much better. They have an actual storyline with a plot, which is insane, I know, but I'm really enjoying this one so much better. So we have just under 3 hours left of this one, so we'll definitely be able to finish it today. So let's jump straight into it and get to editing. I don't think I've ever done so much cutting for years and years and years, but I finally have all of my little like elements, little paper edges and my spreadsheets all printed out and cut to size. So we're going to assemble the book journal now, which is very exciting. Some of these I printed in a larger format, and then others I had to print in a smaller one because of the style of it. So I'll have to add a few bits and bobs around the edges to really fill in the gaps. So I'm gonna put everything in its place. It's definitely not going to be complete just yet. It'll probably be a work in progress as I find some more cute elements that I want to add. But let's just get straight on into it. I'm very excited. I love my little fun spreads. I do have a DNF graveyard here, which I'm obsessed with. The cute little ghost with the book. We've got my bookish goals. We've got book of the year. It's going to be really exciting. So let's assemble her. Hello my loves, it has been a few days since I've checked in with this vlog. I'm not sure how this is all going to come together. Hopefully I can make something of it. It's very all over the shop at the moment, and I know that I filmed a lot without actually talking while I was just doing all the pages and spreads and stuff. So hopefully it will come together nicely and someone will be watching this. But I've basically come nearly up to date with my new updated book journal. There's a few spreads that I just need to complete at the moment, but I'm just trying to focus on what I've done already and getting them up to a point where I'm really happy with them. So we'll go through my spreads in a second. I have spent the morning going through my crafting supplies and everything. Now, when I did my original book journal, I kind of just went on Temu and I went absolutely ham with the supplies. So I now have quite a big box full of scrapbooking donations to make because it's just not really my style. So I picked up one of these from Kmart a while ago when I first got into it, and I've just cleared it out at the moment. I've got two things that I do have full and will be keeping. These are just full of random stickers. So I've got blue, green and pink in this one, and then this is kind of just bits and bobs. So these I will be using, probably not all of them. I'll probably have to sit down and go through all of these as well. But my main thing that I've been doing is just using Canva to create my spreadsheets, to create my spreads, and also to collect elements. So I've printed off a bunch more elements here, as you guys can see. So here is one. I've got this cute little envelope, some ghost themed ones for my DNF graveyard, a few stars. You'll notice that there are a lot of stars in this. So that's obviously my current obsession. I've got this gorgeous blue and brown palette one as well. I'm thinking for September, we'll definitely go with a brown theme. So I've just started collecting a few of those. And then this one here is really fun. So we've got pinks, orange, purple, silvers, and these are all just going to be cut up and stuck onto the pages that I want them for. This one here is red and leopard theme, and then of course a few orange glittery stars here too. And these are a bit of a mistake because I accidentally put paper that I had previously used that were the wrong sized, and so it's printed on top of that. I thought I put it the right way, but I clearly didn't. So there's a few here that I can still salvage, but some of these unfortunately will have to be binned. So I'm going to spend the next however long cutting these out. Good morning, you guys. It is in fact a new day. I have been so bad with this vlog, but yesterday or whatever day it was, I just got so distracted when Luke came home, and by the time that I remembered I was filming, the sun had already gone down. There was no natural light and I couldn't show you my finished journal. So right now I'm going to spin you guys around and we're going to go through all of my journal, all the spreads that I've done and everything, and just chat about it. So let's get you flipped over. I'm so excited. I am really happy with how it's turned out. There are a couple of spreads where I do need to collect some more elements to cut and stick onto. I'm just not sure what kind of elements I want on them, but we'll discuss that when we're doing the show and tell. So let's flip you guys around and let's go through my book journal together. Okay, I think this is going to work best if I'm just holding the camera, so I apologize if it's a little bit shaky. But starting off, we have my gorgeous book cover. I'm obsessed with how this turned out. This is definitely more my style. I love the scrapbook look to it. And then opening up, not to the first page, to the first page, we have this spread here. So I've got 2026 running down here and this little Polaroid that I made on Canva and printed out. And this is just a signal that this is the start of my 2026 book journal. Then moving on to the first few spreads, we have my book goals. Hopefully this light is okay. Like, I know in the shadows it's a little bit darker, but hopefully you guys can see that okay. We have my book goals, and I've just created this little spread here on Canva again and printed out some elements to stick down. And as you guys can see, I've written down all my goals and highlighted the ones that we have already completed. I do have a whole YouTube video discussing all of these in depth as well if you're interested in that. Over here, we have my 26 for 2026. I wanted this one to be a bit more on the plain side, so I've just written down all of the books that I'm looking to hopefully read this year, which I've actually done quite a good job so far. So hopefully I can complete this one. And then over here we have books that I would like to read this year. So my reading goal was 80 books. And as you can see, I have highlighted all of these because I did complete this back in July, which is very exciting. And I love the look of this. I think this is very freaking cute. This thing here took me forever to do. It was actually ridiculous trying to size everything perfectly. Then we have my Hall of Fame. So this will have a picture of the book that is my favorite from every single month. So as you can see, we've got a good little variety here. I think this one looks really cute. It's got like the full Hall of Fame stars as well here. So obsessed with that. Then over here we have my DNF graveyard, which I am obsessed with. I know it's meant to be like dark and spooky, but I made it a bit more girly and cutesy. So we've had 3 DNFs this year. We did We Who Will Die, Wrath of the Dragons, and A Requiem for Fallen Stars. If I had to pick the worst book out of these, I would have to say it was this, which is so surprising because reading the blurb of this, it definitely sounds like it is up my alley. But I also have these cute little ghost elements, which I'm obsessed with. I think they look really cute on the spread. And then over here we have my genre tracker. Now, I'd already stuck this in before I realized that I didn't put one for dark romance, so I've just had to include it in my romance one, which is already getting very full. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but I'll just have to worry about that when the time comes. So we have thriller, fantasy / romantasy, fiction, sci-fi, and romance. I think this turned out really cute as well. This will probably definitely be a spread that I will reuse in coming years as well. So loved that one. Over here we have book releases. This is a very plain one. I didn't really want anything too fancy schmancy with it. It's just got a box for every month, and then some of the releases that I am really looking forward to. I need to sit down and go through all of them because I know I am missing quite a few. And then over here, we have my traveling book club page. So we've got Bestie Bridie's pick, Bestie Rian's pick, which I'm yet to read. But now that I'm in my dark romance era, I'm really looking forward to it. We have my pick, and then Bestie Shana's pick. Now, I did have a page very similar to this in my original book journal, and I really loved it. So I did take a lot of inspiration from that when creating this one here. And then next we have my socials page. I think I'm going to cover this because low-key kind of ugly compared to the rest of the page, but that's fine. So we've got a screenshot of when I first started my YouTube channel. And then over here is 100 subscribers for YouTube, which is exciting. My little banner for YouTube, which I'm obsessed with, so I did want to have a full cutout of that stuck in. And then also my TikTok account. This is on the 1st of January, so I just wanted to kind of track how my account is growing. Spoiler alert, it's fucking not, but that's fine. Over here, we have my God tier page. This one I haven't fully completed yet. I need to go back to Kmart to print the photos of the series that I've deemed God tier this year. And then I also just I cut out some yellow crowns that I'm going to stick on top of the photos as well, and just draw like little dots and sparkles and everything around it. So excited to complete that one. Moving on, we have my book bingo. I love this page and I love how colorful it is going to look once it is all complete. I do need to go through and highlight a few more of these. But so far we've completed True Enemies to Lovers, Found Family, Student Cross Teacher, Amnesia, Accidental Pregnancy, Single Daddy, Academy Setting, and Bully Romance. Over here we have my alphabet challenge, which I am actually doing a lot better than I anticipated. We have pretty much got nearly all of them. We're just missing J, Q, U, V, X, and Z. I feel like they are definitely the harder ones. J, I could have done just Sad Air, but I did end up unhauling that book. It doesn't really interest me anymore. So if you guys have any recommendations for books with these letters, that would be amazing, because I actually don't think I have any on my TBR that are these letters. So we'll see how that goes. This again isn't like the be all end all. It's more just a fun little challenge to complete. Okay, I think that's better. I've just set up my tripod near this as well. So we have my January spread, which I love how full and busy and cute it looks now. It was very plain before. So I've got up here my January TBR. Oh gosh, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Of course, Bloody Luke would interrupt and distract me again. Anyways, as I was saying, I think we've got my TBR here, so the prompts that I pulled and the books that I assigned to the prompts, and then we've got these cute little pink elements just placed everywhere. I think it looks super duper cute. I love that it's nice and full now, and I love the friendship bead letters as well. Okay, moving on to my bookish spread. So these are all of the books that I read in the month of January. I just did a few little notes underneath each because I already do quite detailed reviews over on my Goodreads. I want these pages to be a little bit on the plain side. So I do have cute little borders around, and I've drawn some sparkles and stuff. But I just like that these are not the main character. The actual like monthly spread is the main vision. So I'm quite happy with this one here. Moving on to February. This one is now much more full as well. We've got purple and pink theme here. I'm not sure what to write in this, but I do need to write something. And then over here we have this cute little blue theme. I do want to get some blue elements to put on this side and purple elements to put on this side as well, just to like bring it all together that little bit more. And then again, we have my prompts for February and the books that I assigned them. I should do a different color and highlight the ones that I actually got to see how well I stick to my TBR during the year, because honestly, it can be very hit or miss. And then this February spread, I just added a little bit of color to it. I didn't do borders again. I just did the same pieces of paper that I had spare and put stuff next to it. So again, it's nothing special, but it's just simple and to the point, which is what I wanted. March spread here, this is the one where I'm not sure what other elements I want to add, because it is a blue background, but it's also quite colorful. So I think I'm gonna go for maybe some yellow and gold, but also little hints of red and orange and silver and pink. So I need to find some elements that I would like to cut out and stick onto this spread here, because it's already a little bit busy with the background and all of the stars and stuff, but I really love it. I love this where it says, do not disturb, reading on, social and work. And of course, reading on is toggled on. And again, my March TBR and the books I assigned to it. Then we have all of the books that I read in March. Now, I will admit, I did mess up one of these. I think I was meant to put this one in a different month. I got a bit distracted. I was so in the zone that I just forgot what books were which, but there is one book in here that was not actually read in March. It was read in April, I believe, but nonetheless, that's fine. I also got distracted when coloring in some of these star ones. I was just in the zone of coloring, so I just did 5 stars when it was actually a 4-star or a 3-star, but again, whatever. Here is my little manga scrapbook board thing. So it's got all of my One Piece books that I read, which is really cute. Moving on to April, this side here is complete. This side here still needs something else. I'm not sure what exactly, but I think just something to fill in the border area. But I love the theme of this. So it's like pink and leopard and just fun, sexy vibes. So I've got these cute little elements all here. I love this one here, and I think that this looks freaking sick. So I'm really happy with how this spread is looking. And then in the month of April, we have all the books that I read. So I do need to go through and add maybe some gold stars or some sparkles just in the background to fill in those bigger gaps, but have it still quite plain and nice. Moving on to May. This is a spread that I was able to print out a bit bigger, which I love how it fills out the space a bit more. I love the different fonts here and the little elements as well. So we've got some flowers, some lips, some faux wax stamps. We've got cherries, cocktails, writing, stars, hearts, all of the good, cute little things. I do regret using this highlighter color. I should have tested it before just winging it, but I mean, it's not the worst, but I am a bit pedantic about it. I would have preferred a more red tone rather than this orange tone, but it is what it is. And then obviously all the books that I read, I do really love these borders. I think they turned out really cute. Moving on to June, this is another favorite spread. I think that these colors just complement each other so well. So we have this one here with some cute pearls, stars, starfishes, hibiscuses, and it's just very girly and cutesy. Moving on to this one, I love these 2 little library card bookmark themes. And of course, my TBR with the books. I think this was... Nope, it definitely wasn't. I was going to say I think it was the only month where I read all of them, but I did not read Dagger and the Flame. And then all the books that I read in the month of June. Freaking such a good month, actually. 2 God tier series. Incredible. July. Now, this is another one where it is half done. I'm not sure what else to add to this page. This theme is a little bit random. It's not really a one type of theme. It's kind of multiple themes just all brought together. I love the polka dot look and the ladybugs. I think I'll definitely have to incorporate more of that. And then this side here is a little bit random, but I think that it goes together quite nicely. I probably could have used a different color rather than the pink to help tie it all in a bit better, but so far it's fine. I'm not mad about it. And then, of course, we have all of my reads for July, which there were quite a few. This was a really good reading month. The Breakfast series, absolutely adore. Just realized I never wrote notes for that, so I'll have to go back and write a note for that one. And then I think this is my last spread, actually. Yep. We have my August spread, which is blue and orange theme, as you can see. I think this is really cutesy. We've got some glittery stars going on here. I probably won't add anything else to this. I think this is quite nicely filled. And then this side here, we've got like some sardines, some hearts, some sparkles, my TBR for the month, these little elements as well that just kind of all tied in together and fill in the gaps. But that is it. That is my book journal complete. I love her. I am so glad that I redid it, and I'm just more like inclined to actually continue it and make it look really cute and fun. Alrighty, you guys, that brings us to the end of another video. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you have watched this one all the way through to the end, I truly do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, do all of the fun things. I don't know how well this is going to come together, but fingers crossed I can make something of this. This was a very time consuming, a little bit overwhelming, but altogether a really fun little hobby and journey that we went on. And now I'm really excited to stay on top of it and continue to make these cute, fun spreads. I think I'll incorporate my monthly spreads into my TBR and reading wrap-up videos. That way I can hold myself accountable with it and stay up to date. So let me know if you think that is a good idea. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much again for being here, and have a lovely day or night wherever you are. Bye.